That's viral video.
I wonder how many liters of water were sprayed.
We're wasted.
There you go.
Oh, it all went on the grass. That's all good.
Fair enough. The grass is growing.
We're looking at measurements and helping your kids measure up. And don't worry, it's not about rating your kids. It's about getting them connected to keeping their brains working over the summer. Kate Winn, a mom, a teacher, a blogger, and, taking the summer off, except for today's edition of Teacher.
That's right.
So what did you want to, you are connecting all of this with measuring. We've talked about cooking once before.
We have, yeah, and I'll talk about that again tonight too. But measurement is a great concept to work on with your kids over the summer for two reasons. So it's one of the 5 strands of math in the Ontario curriculum. So obviously there's a lot of important stuff there. You can go online if you want to find out what your kids should already know or what they'll be learning next year, if you sort of want to see where they should be at when it comes to measurement. 2 reasons it's good to work on. One is because they need to practice these skills year-round, and I've learned that as a teacher. If I do my little lesson on liters and milliliters and then leave it for a year till next year's teacher goes back to it, they lose it, right? So I mean, as teachers, we have to keep reviewing it, but it's so great when parents can reinforce it at home too. The other reason it's great to look at it over the summer is because it's so easy. As adults, we're using measurement all day, every day. All you have to do is make a conscious effort to bring your kids in on the conversation.
All right, so what are some of the easiest ways for parents to do this?
Well, one that you might like is the whole temperature idea, right? Like talking about measuring temperature. So whether you've got digital thermometers, mercury thermometers, whatever you've got going on, trying to get kids to work with using those, even just having them estimate, figure out going outside, what do you think the temperature is, and then check, that sort of thing, and knowing benchmarks. If Mike Judson said it's going to be 30 tomorrow, what are you going to wear? Is that hot? Is it cold? What is it? Those sorts of conversations. If you're going camping and it's going down to 10, what else should you bring with you?
Ha ha ha! And you've got a rainfall warning, measuring
the amount of rain that we're
put out a little. I don't know.
Reading barometric pressure and then calculating Celsius to Fahrenheit. There's so many fun possibilities.
For sure, weather just gives you so much.
That's right.
Another way to do it is telling time. And that works into holidays really well because that could be using like clocks and watches to tell time or also using the calendar. So whether they're counting down days till mom's on holidays or whether it's how many hours does it take to get somewhere, that sort of thing is really important for them and it works into vacation too.
Hey.
And there's always the fun when you're on a road trip and it's okay, Michael, we're going to be arriving here, or we're doing 100 kilometers an hour, and our destination's 80 kilometers away. How long is it going to take us to get there? Those
For sure,
my dad
depending on the age of the kids, exactly.
Yeah,
now, something my girls have gotten into this summer is the baking and the cooking, and using those sorts of measurements. So I brought the cookbooks that they have sticky noted.
Oh my gosh, these are popular.
So these
Look
are
at
all
those
the things that they're hoping to be making this summer. They've already made a few things. It was funny, before I came here, the kids asked, "What are you talking about tonight?" I said, "I'm going to talk about how you've been doing cooking and baking." And they said, "Have you been sneaking in math on us?"
Oh no!
I said, "Yeah, but those chocolate truffles were worth it, weren't they?"
Absolutely.
But it's great. You've got to remember to use metric.
Right.
As much as you can. So sometimes with baking, it's easy for us to just fall back on the imperial measurements and forget that the kids are learning the. Yeah, exactly.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, so you might want to invest in some plastic measuring cups for the kids that have those metric measurements on them that they can use. But yeah, again, it's really great stuff and it's fun. It's not textbooks and workbooks and that sort of thing over the summer. It's just about doing all the things you normally do, and there's learning there too.
Well, sorry?
How did you had a note at some point about using other things, non-standard units of measurement.
Yes, so sometimes
not necessarily a ruler.
Yes, because from grade 1 and down, they're not using centimeters. It's like how many paper clips long is the carpet or how many hands high is your desk, because they're not ready for those standard measurements, but they're still using something that they've got and that they can picture and figuring out what the idea of measurement means. So don't be surprised when those sorts of topics come home from school. But that's something you can do if your kids aren't in school yet. Don't be expecting them to get the ruler out, but try something like that.
So when it comes to the kids cooking with your girls, do they have to be supervised when they're doing that?
I do supervise them. I mean, I do the cutting still, like anything like that with my girls, but they can both crack eggs now without getting shells in them. So, I mean, they've graduated to that step, which is great. And I kind of oversee, because sometimes, like when we made chocolate truffles, we doubled the recipe. So I had to kind of do that math with my older daughter and make sure we knew what we were doing when we tried to put those ingredients in. But there are a lot of things that they do on their own now, which is great. The more independent they can be, the better.
And it's that whole seeing things with a new light. Seeing that, like that light bulb going on, doing the activity, and then if you're learning to knit or learning to cook, and having it right back to numbers, and go, oh, that was a fraction.
Yeah,
what?
Absolutely.
The light bulbs.
For sure.
Oh, it's scary though, because I'm not very good with math. So, maybe I'll bring my dad over. My grandpa can come over and teach the kid. But measuring, I mean, these are easy things that you can do.
But you are. We said weather. That's all about math,
I mean,
right?
We do all that
So-
conversion.
Absolutely. We do all the conversion. And I mean, if you want to go out and just go into nature, go for a hike, well, we're going to be walking 5.2 kilometers. So how
Yeah.
many meters is that? Yeah, you can do it to everything. And
Home
to-
improvement stuff, people putting on a deck or doing any sorts of renovations, all of that stuff. You don't feel like you're doing work because some people find that stuff fun, but again, it gets the kids involved.
All right.
You know what? That's really cool.
Yeah. You never think about that. As long as they're
Nice
not
job.
sitting in front of an iPad playing Candy Crush and learning nothing all summer, right?
There's time for that, but yeah, not all summer long.
Just a little bit of time, right?
Kate Winn at This Mom Loves, your mom, blogger, and teacher, and inspiration for more measurement and helping your kids throughout the summer. Thanks, Kate.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for joining us. Roundtable after the break.